Scott with you. Another session of Insights to the End Times. We're looking at where we might be on God's end time calendar as we get closer and closer to his son Jesus' return and the end of time as we know it. Today I want to share some things that have been going on in the world with us, and I want to draw some conclusions from that as it pertains to perilous times and end time events. Time's flying by. We're in the middle part of September. We're almost, in fact, we've just celebrated the first day of fall. We're now in the third season of the year. We see the times that we're living in, the time accelerates, it goes quickly. And when you get a little bit older, it even goes faster than it used to. But we can say that times, they are a-changing, and that is a cornerstone, that is a foundation of life that we're living in right now. I want to draw your attention to some things that have changed in life. And we have so many new words that have crept into our vocabulary and into our everyday life. For instance, we have this series of words like this. Political correctness become very common, and it's an objective to fulfill. You got to be politically correct. Certain things you can't say anymore because they're not politically correct. We have the words like inclusivity, equity, diversity. We have things like tolerance. We have a term, a fairly new term called woke or wokeism. Now that's an interesting term. These terms, all of these terms have overtaken our lives. And they've changed the way we talk. And there's things that we used to say that we can't say anymore because these new terms have eliminated our right to say them. I want to focus on one term today, and that is the term wokeism. Now, I'm not an expert on any of these terms. In fact, it's very difficult sometimes to know what the term means because it seems to change from week to week and month to month. But what I have come to realize is that our governments, I speak in the plurality, our governments, they seem to think they're the only ones who know what we should know and what we should do and how we should do it. So they keep intruding onto our personal lives and our freedoms to tell us how to live and how to do things and what we must and must not do and so on and so forth. Unfortunately, a good portion of our population agrees with them and goes along with them without any supporting documentation or proof that what they're telling us to do is accurate. It's absolutely amazing. So you can say this about them. They got a good marketing department, and they sure have a good persuasive department that manages to convince people, hey, listen to the government. They wouldn't lie to you. Well, I'm not on that to get too deep into it, but I do want to look at the word woke and wokeism. What does that mean? If you can tell me what it means, wow, you're a better man than I am. I've done as much research in a short period of time as possible to record this today. And I went to Wikipedia, and they have a 3,000 word definition of what wokeism is, or what woke is. They have 52 footnotes to that definition, but they conclude with this statement. There is no single agreed upon definition of woke. So it just changes from day to day and person to person. And it seems to include such things as social climate, social existence. Will tell you what's best and what's wrong. So we have our corporations, we have our universities, we have our colleges, we have our government, we have our retail, we have our wholesale, we have all these various departments and groups and everybody who's becoming woke, politically correct, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Do they even understand what the word means? No, I don't think so. Do they know how to apply it? Well, they think they do, but their application changes from time to time. And the bottom line is, it's leaving us all confused. Now that reminds me of two things. The Apostle Paul wrote the young pastor Timothy 2 letters. His first letter, in chapter 4, verse 1, he says this: in latter times, these last days, some are going to depart from the faith. They're going to pay attention, or they're going to heed deceiving spirits and doctrines of demons. So we can conclude that there are deceiving spirits out there, deceiving words, deceiving concepts, deceiving ideas. They're demonic doctrines. And then in the second letter, in chapter 3, verse 1, he wrote and said, know this, in the last days, perilous times will come. Folks, we're in perilous times. We're in the last days. Things are getting weirder by the week. Know this, look up, your redemption draws nigh. I'll be back tomorrow, and I look forward to joining you then. Bye for now.